Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me. Long time. You may not remember me anymore. I'm E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I do videos on YouTube sometimes. No, I have missed you guys, and I thank you so much for being so patient with me while I've had to take a short break because of all of our goings on around here. But I have a pretty clear afternoon. Nobody's here working, that kind of thing, so I think I can get some videos done today. I'm trying to take every opportunity to get those little windows when I don't have a lot of hammering and sawing and that kind of thing going on in the background. So we are going to do something a little bit different today. This is something that I don't know if anybody else has done one. They may have somewhere, but I just kind of dreamed it up out of my head, this particular design. We're going to make some of these. But first I want to say thank you to some sweet, sweet followers for donating to our channel through Buy Me a Coffee. You guys have been wonderful. We have had so many new members in our Buy Me a Coffee, and if you want to know what that is, you can click on the link right below the video that says support our channel through Buy Me a Coffee. Go over and read about it. You don't have to donate. You can read about it. There are free digitals over there that you can download. All right, so Minnie, Patty, Kathy, Gina, Carol Ann 42, Lydia, K. Bitler, VJ Designs, Bat Clan 4, DW Clance, Mary Ann, Kimmer now, I don't know, KEMERNOW, ESTVDM50 Needles and Sticks. Sorry, some of these things I don't know how to read. I just have to spell them out. But thank you guys so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Every dime helps, believe me. Every dime. Okay. What we're going to do is this today. Now, this is going to be a pocket that can go in our journal. So we've got a Glassine bag here. It's got a pocket. And then we've got a pocket here. We can put a tag in. And then there's a pocket on the front, right there. Now, I'm probably going to put this one in my, this journal right here. I have not finished it. I just haven't had the mojo to finish it yet. This is the scalloped journal that we're working on using items from the AJ kit. It's probably going to go in there because I like those blues with that. This can be put on a page, or this can be stitched in the signature right down through there. Just stitch it in the signature. And then you have all of your pockets. And I just decorated a little bit on the back of that. You could decorate more. Or if you don't want to stitch it in your signature, you could just, let's just see. Let me grab a page here. You could just hinge it down to this, and or you could glue it down to that. Just glue the Glassine bag, and then you'd still have your little flip, but yet you'd have pockets and pockets and pockets on there. So you could do it either way. Now I'm using our medium size Glassine bags. That works better for me, but we do have the small ones that you could also use. It would just make a little smaller pocket, as you can see. I don't know if we may do one out of those. This paper collection that I'm using is one that I showed last week. You'll have to go back to last week's Etsy shares to find out who that's from, because I don't have that in front of me right now. This is a little happy accident. I stamped on the Glassine bag, and I'm very impatient. I didn't want to set it aside and let the ink dry. So the ink wasn't drying as fast as I thought it should. So what I did was I took a wipe and I just wiped it down a little bit, and I just had that faint little hint of the stamping left behind, and I love that even better than what I had originally planned. And then I just tore a little piece of paper. This is from Betty's Custom Designs, and then just put some on the back. So we're going to do a few of these. I've got a few journals in mind. I've got this one that I'm working on, and then I've got a couple more that I've got in my mind to get done. So we're going to make a few of these. All right, let's lay that one aside. I'm going to use the same size Glassine bag. Now, I'll tell you, this is 7 1/4, and it is 4 4 3/4 wide. So they're 4 3/4 by 7 1/4 all the way to the top. You could cut it off if you didn't want it this tall, or like I said, you can always use the smaller ones. Whichever one you want to do is fine. Let's see. I think I might use this on this one. I'm going to make 2 for this journal that I'm working on, and this blue goes wonderful with that. So I want one for the front and one for the back. And I want this floral image at the top. So I'm going to cut this off at the bottom. I have to work all this out in my mind, you know. So I'm going to cut that off about right there. Then I like to do this. I go ahead and put that there. And I'll probably, let's see. So put that there. And then I just measure out the width of the bag. And then about half of a width again. So I'll tell you about what size it is when I finish. So I'm going to cut it off about right there. We'll see if that works. Oh, also I wanted to let you know that in this video we're going to have a giveaway. Now I'm not going to list the giveaway in the comments, because all that does is just draw people in that all they want to do is try to win something. They don't normally watch my channel. So this is just going to be for you guys who normally watch the channel all the time. If you want to win this set of the Signet stamps, this is the set that, like I showed the other day and used. They had mailed me one set, and I just didn't get them and didn't get them and didn't get them forever. And so I messaged him and I said, you know, I'm not trying to pressure you. I just wanted to let you know that those stamps had not come, just in case they got lost in the mail. So he went ahead and sent out another set to me. Well, I got the first set week before last. I got this set yesterday. So, and he said, if you get the second set, then just go ahead and give it away as a giveaway. So we're going to be giving this away to one of you subscribers. You have to be subscribed to win. All you have to do is leave a little comment below letting me know if you've ever been over to Signet Stamps on Etsy. I'm going to have their link below as well. And then let me know if you would like to win this set and what you would do with it. Just give me a few comments on it. And we will draw next week, probably next Friday, we'll draw for this set. Okay, let me put that up there. Now, I'm just going to tear off this. I'm not going to try to get it too precise. I'm just going to tear this off right here. This is our tear ruler. And then down here I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to tear it off. And then we'll just tear these edges. Now, someone said that they bought this ruler and that they couldn't get theirs to work like I get mine to work. Well, the object of this ruler is you have to put some firm pressure down on it. And then you have to hold that firm pressure while you are tearing. If you let that pressure up any at all, then you're tearing, it's going to stop tearing, it's going to tear jagged and all that. So just apply some firm pressure and it should work just fine for you. Let's see. How do we want to do this now? Alright, we're going to do it. So this is, I'm going to flip over to the back side of my Glassine bag. And I'm going to glue about that much under, I think. That should work about right. And then, okay, let's see. I'm trying to decide if I want, which way I want my flip. I think on the other one I did the Glassine bag this way, and I've got the front facing up. And then I had my flip over that way. I think on this one, I'm going to do my flip from the other direction. So I'm going to glue this part right here of the Glassine bag down. Let me grab a glue stick. I had to buy a glue stick for myself. I was out of glue, and I'll have to make sure I put that in a little bit. We do have to put in all of our purchases and that kind of thing. So it's not that we get anything free, because IRS has to have that tax on everything that I buy, you know. Alright, we are going to put some glue right down through here. And I'm probably, let's see, I'm probably lapping this over maybe 3/4 of an inch, looks like. Something like that. And I don't think I tore my paper exactly straight. I'm going to put it on the line on my grid, and then I'll be able to tell if I've got it pretty straight. So that's straight enough. And now what we're going to do is fold this around. Fold that around like that. And you want to leave a little bit of room between the end of your bag and where you folded it. You don't want to fold it too close, because if you do, then you're going to have a little bit of a hump in there. So just leave a little bit of room there. I got a little bit of glue out of line, so I'm just going to wipe that off while I'm here so that it won't stick. There we go. Okay, then let's see. If we fold that over that way, then I just need to mark where I want to fold that back. And we will fold it back right there, like that. So that gives us the little cover, or the little flip out there. And then when this opens up, we're going to have a little pocket here. Now I like to go ahead and on this little pocket, just fold that over, because this is just printed on some 28-pound copy paper. So you want to make sure that you have this thick enough here that it doesn't tear when you're putting tags in and out. So let's see. Just want to get it as straight as I can. Straight as possible. Let's see. And if you want to cut yours instead of tearing it, that's fine. That's up to you. There we go. That works right there. Now, we can go ahead and glue this part right here down. Just going to put one mat back in for that. Put a little bit of glue down through there. And just fold that over. Well, there we go. And then I'm going to punch a little hole. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and ink this, because once I glue that pocket down, I can't ink it. Okay. Now, we want to put something, and this is the front of your pocket right here. We want to put something right here, because that's just white on the back. I didn't print on both sides of my paper. So what I did here is just put another piece of paper in there. And I think I'm going to do the same thing here. See what we've got that we can put down through there. This is some paper from Louise Heinzel. It's a digital. And you could use just some of the other paper of that. You could use some scraps of this. You can use another type style paper. You can use book page, whatever you want to use. I think I'm going to use this. And I'm just going to guesstimate my tearing here. Okay. And then down here at the bottom, tear this off. So how have you guys been? Brooklyn, I have to tell you guys, Brooklyn is going to be over here, and probably tomorrow. She's trying to beg her mom to come over today, but I don't think her mom's going to bring her. She'll probably be over here tomorrow. Her birthday is Thursday, so she's wanting to come over here, of course, to go swimming, because they finally got our pool opened up. It was pretty dirty this year, So she wanted us to come over here and go swimming. So I told her, I said, the water is very cold. She said, I don't care. I don't care how cold it is. I'm going to come and have a swim party. I said, well, that's up to your mom, but you have to realize Nene still has no floors or no way to cook or clean up or anything like that. So, you know, somebody else will have to be doing all of that. And she said, oh, Mama will do it. I said, you better check with Mama and see if she'll do it. So I think they're just going to get pizzas and we'll just eat outside. And she can have her little party here. But she sent me a list of the things that she wanted for her birthday. So I got those ordered and they came in yesterday. Well, I think 2 pieces are coming in today, but she's a mess. Well, Edith, what's wrong? You hadn't crafted in so long you can't get anything straight. There we go. Okay, now right here, there's always a little bit right here on the edge, and I'm just going to put a little bit of ink down through there, like that. Okay, and then this little pocket is going to fold over. Okay, we're just going to put a little glue down through here on this side. Put it on that side, and then we'll have a little inside pocket there. Okay. Then we need to decide what we want to do with this. Yeah, you can cover this with paper. You can put a napkin on here. You can collage a napkin on there. You can stamp on it like I did the other one. Whatever you decide to do. Let's see. Let me think a minute and see what I want to do. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and stamp it like we did that other one, and then just wipe some of it off. This is a stamp from Tim Holtz. I will have to list in the comments the name of it because I can't remember right this minute. But I'll do that. And I'm not putting a lot of ink on there. This is our VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And I stamp sideways. Yes, I do. It just helps me out a little bit. And I'm going to stamp all the way up the top and all the way over to the edge. Because I can always cover that and I can cover the bottom. But, you know, you can't always come back and fix if you don't have it all the way to the edge. Now, you can see how the ink got on that. All you have to do, just give it a little wipe, and that ink comes right off. This is our nonstick craft mat. Okay, now that ink is going to have to sit just a little bit. And then I'm going to put something down this side. Let's see. I think I want to go ahead and stamp this top part. I always get ink all over me when I'm stamping. I don't know about anybody else. There we go. And I'm just using what's left on the stamp. Alright. So I'm going to let that sit and dry just 1 minute while I find some other embellishments and a tag maybe that I want to go on this side. Okay, I think this is set long enough, so let's see what we can do. Now this is, it's just damp. This is not a real wet baby wipe, it's just damp. At first you'll think you're making a horrible mess. Okay, and don't forget to wipe across, because any that you have smeared, which it all smears, but any that you've got really bad streaks on, if you wipe across, usually those streaks, a lot of them come up. Alright, this one is a little bit fainter than that one. I didn't let it dry quite as long, but I still like it. I'm going to dry it a little bit so that I can finish this up. I don't mind that smeared look. Just looks like an old book page to me that's maybe got wet, that kind of thing. But let it dry a little bit longer than I did, and you'll get more this kind of image. You'll still be able to see the writing. I didn't quite let it dry enough. You know, I'm very impatient, but that's okay. That will work right there. And I love the feel of that after it's been wet and then you've dried it up. I think I'm going to put this piece right here, and I'm just going to use some of this. And I know that that's little smeared look may not be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. You can do your Glassine bag any way that you want. You don't even have to put anything on it if you don't want to. Maybe just put a flower on there, or leave it blank, or when you put the tag down in there, that you will have the image showing there. So that's strictly up to you. And I think I'll put that little tag there. It's one of Tracy Fox labels. I call it a tag, it's a label. Well, let's see. Let's use our Barely Arts glue. So we're going down on, it's like vellum, Glassine. Similar. Okay. We got that on there. And then, like I said, you can put something else here if you wanted. I'm going to leave mine, and I'm going to go to the front. And I will ink around all of this when I get finished with it. But I'm going to go to the front and do a little decorating on here. Now I want a little pocket down here. So let's see if we've got just a scrap piece that we could do a little pocket with. Okay, I think I'll tear off a piece of this, the bottom of this, and do my scrap and do my little pocket with that. I don't want it very tall. Just want a little short pocket because I want most of that paper to show. So let's go about right there, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to be pretty. I like that. And I'm going to leave the top jagged. I like that look on this particular thing, but you don't have to do that. You can cut it straight if you want. Any way you want to do it. Alright, I'm going to trim those off. I hope I'm seeing the right mark. Okay, that looks good. Right there. Let's go ahead and put our ink on here. Wait, let me punch a little tiny pool, not much. Okay, put your glue on 3 sides, the bottom, and then each side. Okay, and I got the tag, got the pocket a little bit wide, so I'm just going to trim off a tiny bit of that. So there we go with that. That is cute. I like that. Then you open it up, you have a pocket here, and you have a pocket here. I like that. I like that a lot. And then on the back, since I'm undecided as to what exactly I want to do with the back, whether I want to, you know, glue it straight down or what, I don't really know right now what I want to do with it. I'm just going to tear some paper and put on it. And then if I use it in a signature, the back will be covered mainly. And if I don't, then I'm just, you know, wasting a scrap piece of paper. That's not too bad. I'm not really wasting it, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to put that down. I'm going to leave it all jagged. Tear it right there. And let's see. Did you see what I did? I tore that way too short, did I not? Okay, that's all right. We'll put it right back together, and I'll glue that piece down there. I marked one spot and tore it another. That's my life story right now. So that's okay. We're going to put it together anyway. It'll work. Never hurt to piece anything. So don't be concerned if you tear something too short. We all do. Or if you cut something too short, just fix it. Just put it together and fix it. So I'm gonna tuck that little piece right up under there, and nobody will be the wiser except you guys. And I know you're not gonna tell anybody, because as Aaron says, you're my friends. He tells me all the time, Nene, you're my best friend. I said, thank you, buddy. I like being your best friend. I said, you are my best friend. He said, I'd like to talk to you. I said, I like to talk to you too. Me and him talk just about every day. While they were in Mississippi having all the trouble that they had. I know a lot of you have read about the troubles that they had. He was texting me every little bit, letting me know what was going on. And he texted me on the road home, letting me know where they were, and that they were, he texted me a picture when they crossed the Alabama line, telling me that they were in Alabama now, and so he keeps me updated what's going on in his world. A whole lot better than his mom does. Oh, me, no. I know Melina's busy. She don't have time to keep her mama up to date on everything. But I like knowing where my kiddos are and what's going on with them. So all I have to do is ask Aaron, and he can tell me. All right, so there is that and that. And I do think on here, I think I have a blue tall flower die cut that I'd like to put right up through there. So let me find it. I know it's in one of my books here somewhere. Let me find it, and we'll put that up through there. I thought for sure I had a blue one. It may not be blue, but it'll work. Whatever color. I have a tall brown one and a tall green one, but I don't really have any green in this. So let's see. See if the brown ones. Oh, the brown ones will look pretty, won't they? Not those. They go the same direction. Maybe that. Let's put a green in there just to see what it will look like. Don't really want a green in there. So let's see if we have something else that we can. I'd like to have a third piece. Have those up like that. And then just have a third piece right there of something. Let's try this, see what that would look like. Now I'm kind of just looking to that. I like the blue that's in it. I think it kind of goes, and this goes with this paper. So I'm looking at that. I think that'll work. I'm going to put some ink around it just to cover up a little bit of that. It's not exactly white. It's just a little off-white color. And then we'll put that down and see what that looks like. Oh, I like that there. That works. Okay, let's put these back up. Okay, let's make a tag to go in the front. And let's see. Let me grab my tags. Needs to be one that's not very big. Yeah, those two would work. And then we'll cover those, and then we need to find one for the inside. I think it's going to be this size. I may have to trim it off just a tiny bit, but I think that will work. Right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and cover these, and then decorate them a little bit, and then we'll do that one on the inside. I think I'm going to put some of this paper on these. I just love this old ledger paper. And these are just some little brown envelopes that I got a long, long time ago in a Prima order that I did. So they are very, very old. And it was just a little book, like a little book of stamps. Book of stamps. It was like a little book of tags. And I have just used them and used them and used them. I've still got some left. So I know most of you have been asking what's going on with your house. If you've got floors back yet. We don't have floors in yet, but we do have a contractor that is, we do have the wood for the floors, the hardwood. And we have a contractor that is ready to start. So that's a big accomplishment. And let's see, what else has happened new since I talked to you guys the last. We've got, my hubby's gone now to get the shower that we've got to put back in, and the toilet, and the sink, because all that was ripped out. And, you know, when things have been in your house, someone said, well, are you remodeling your whole house? Well, it's not that we want to. It's just that when things have been in your house for 33, let's see, we built this in 1998. No, 1988 is when we built this. When things have been in your house for 30 some odd years and they tear them out, usually they tear up or they break or something happens. So a lot of our shower, they had to cut it completely out. So there's no way we could put it back in. The toilet, they actually broke the tank of it when they tried to get it out. So, and it wasn't necessarily their fault. It was just, it had been in, I mean, it hadn't been in there since 1988 because we had replaced it, but it had been in there a while. And when they was trying to pull it out, pull it loose, it cracked. So had to get a new toilet. And then our cabinets, they're still okay, but they're all pulled out. So while they were all pulled out, they have been in this house since 1988. We had them made when we had the house built. So we've just decided, since they had to be pulled out and some of them had to be cut loose, that kind of thing, we talked, some of them needed to be refinished on the bottom where the water had gotten to them. So we talked to a couple of contractors and they said it would be more expensive to refinish and redo those cabinets than it would just to have new ones put in. So we don't want to go to that expense. And the cabinets that we had here, the reason it would be more to have them refinished and all of that is because we had custom cabinets made. So they were made specifically to the sizes and the shape, and I had a real fancy front on them and all that kind of stuff. I mean, this was years ago when both of us was working. And so it just took a lot to refinish them. So we just said, you know, we don't want any expensive cabinets. We don't want anything real fancy. We just want something to put some groceries in and something to put our pots and pans in and that kind of thing. So we just decided to sell those cabinets, which I'm pretty sure they're sold. And I don't know if she watches my YouTube. I think she does. She lives not too far from us, about an hour. And she is remodeling her mom and dad's kitchen, and ours is solid oak cabinets, so they're really good made, and they're just going to take them and refinish them themselves and then put them in her mom and daddy's kitchen. So they'll be really, really good if they're refinished. But anyway, so that's the gist of, I know some of you guys have seen my post, different items that I'm trying to sell. That's the main reason. We're just, you know, we're not going back with our vanity that we had in our bathroom, the big vanity. We're going back with just a small little pedestal sink, so a real cheap one. So we're not going back with all the expensive stuff that we had. We're just trying to save money wherever we can and get, you know, get some things back in. We mainly just want a way to wash our hands downstairs and a way to wash my dishes downstairs. I mean, I'm taking my dishes outside right now. I put them in my dish pan and I take them outside where the water hose has gotten really hot water in it after it lays out there all day. I put detergent on them, and then I take them out there and I wash them, and then I turn right around and I rinse them, and then I bring them back in and put them on a towel and let them dry. I mean, that's what we do. We don't, you know, I can remember washing dishes like that when I was at home years ago with my mom and dad. We would, or either that or we would draw the water, if anybody knows what drawing water is. Some of you people that are old as me might know what drawing your water is all about. But we would do that and bring water in and heat it on the old wood stove, and then wash our dishes. And then we'd have another pot that would heat it, that we would put our dishes in to rinse them. And then we would dry them with a towel and put them back in the cabinet. My mother never wanted any dishes sitting on the cabinet or sitting on the counter or in the sink. If there was one glass in the sink, she washed it. She was stickler about her kitchen. Now, she might not have been stickler about everything else in the house, but she was about her kitchen. It had to be, all the dishes had to be done. When you got through eating, that was the first thing you did, was you got up and you took your plate to the sink and you either washed it or you waited until everybody finished and you washed all of them. You didn't just pile them in the sink and leave them. She did not like that at all. That was one of her pet peeves. So, okay, I don't know exactly what I want to put on these tags, so right now I'm just going to slide them in here. And I'll probably put, you know, a label and maybe some seam binding in the tops of them. So right now let's go ahead and do this one. And I know I've talked your ears off, and I know you may be getting a lot more information than what you want. But, you know, I've had a lot of people that have sent me messages saying, can you please update us on what's going on? Can you keep us updated on what's going on? Can you show us pictures of what's going on? And so far I haven't had any pictures to show you guys, because really nothing has happened other than everything is gone out of our downstairs, except we have my recliner, my husband's recliner, and our TV still on the wall, and that's it. There's nothing else in our downstairs. I mean, it's bare. They have stripped everything else out. So no, for those who have been asking, it's not that I want to remodel my house. Not that I wanted any of this to happen. But since it has happened, and since a lot of the items got ruined when either by the water or when they were taking them out, we're having to replace a lot of things. So, and anything that is still good enough to resell, I'm reselling it to try to recoup some of our money. And there's, you know, a few things that are still good enough that somebody could refinish, that knows how to do all of that, and you know, maybe they know how to do it themselves. We don't know how to do any of that. So, and my husband's not able to anyway. He's having a really hard time right now with his heart. He's got to have another heart procedure done in July. So he's struggling right now. He's back in AFib, and it's even worse now. He can't breathe good. He doesn't have a lot of energy. He can walk from one room to the other, and he's just give completely out. So he can't do anything right now. Hardly anything at all. So me and the son-in-laws and Alicia and Aaron have been doing, well, and Bethany and Presley and Brooklyn have been doing everything that's got done so far about, you know, taking all of the furniture outside to we got one of those pods. We took the furniture out there. We boxed all the dishes up, and they're out there. And so we've been doing it because he can't do it. So we can't do anything like refinish furniture and all that. He would never be able to, and I don't have time to. So somebody might have time to, and that would be, you know, it'd be a good piece for them to do that with. That our vanity is still, I mean, it's oak too, and it's still in good shape. It just needs some new hardware and then just refinishing. So, but anyway, that's enough about me. What about you guys? Oh, I did want to tell you, Melina and them got home fine. They, you know, I had left that message on. Oops, I had to get my little punch here. I had left that message on Facebook about everybody pray for them because they were stranded in Mississippi. Their RV had broke down. I tell you, this has just been 1 year for one thing after the other with our family. Their RV hadn't really broke down. They could still crank the RV and it would have moved, but their RV has that the sides come out and the sides wouldn't go in. They just stopped. So they had contacted us and let us know what was going on. And she said, Mom, we can't do anything. We can't go anywhere. And we're, you know, out in the middle of nowhere, really. The church that they were singing at was not near. I mean, it was like 15 miles from town or something like that, but it wasn't right where you could just get to a town real quick. So she said, we're going to be here until we can find somebody that'll come out and fix the RV so we can come home. Well, it was Sunday. And you know, there's not a lot of things that go on Sunday in a lot of towns. And not a lot of places open, that kind of thing. So they just had to basically wait around until someone could contact a friend of somebody, a friend, and get somebody out there to get the sides in, and then they could get home. I mean, it was a mess there for a little while. But, you know, they had some sweet people at the church that helped them out and contacted people and stayed with them and called around and brought them food. And, I mean, it just really, really sweet people. So thank you, Mississippians, for taking care of my babies. I was worried to death about them. I kept calling Aaron, and I know how he is when things like that happens. He really has a breakdown. So I kept contacting him saying, Aaron, are you okay? Are you okay? And he'd say, I'm okay, Nene. I'd say, now listen, it's going to be over soon, okay? Don't get upset, because if he gets upset and has a meltdown, it's just over. I mean, you can hardly handle him because he doesn't understand the concept of weight. He doesn't understand that, you know, things are messed up and we just have to sit here. He's getting better about it, but he's very impatient, like his Nene. So he kept saying, I'm okay, Nene, I'm okay. And then I knew that he hadn't ate. Well, Aaron, there again, he's like his Nene. When he doesn't eat, he gets hangry. So he was a little upset about that, but it turned out okay. He did good, and they got everything. They got a man out, got everything fixed, and they got back on the road, which I was very, very thankful for. I was so worried about my young'uns. I know they're grown, but I will never stop worrying about my kids. So now that you guys know my life history, what's been going on in my world, you guys tell me what's been going on in your world. Oh, I think I'll put that on there. This is one of those, they call them washi stickers. They're not really washi, I don't think. I think they're more like vellum. But anyway, they're stickers, and I got these. We sold them in the store last year, and we'll probably be getting more later on this year when things kind of pick back up. Right now, sales and everything are down, and I know it's because, you know, graduations and kids getting out of school and summer and all that. I understand that. So we'll just probably pick some of these back up when the sales go back up a little bit. Alright, then I want to, first off, I want to trim this off straight because it's crooked. There we go. And I need to put a little ink on there. And I want to put a little label right across there. So, you guys let me know in the comments below what's been going on with you. I haven't been able to answer comments lately, there's just so many things going on. And I know you say, well, you could just sit and answer comments. Well, the thing is, I'm not sitting very long. What time I'm not out here working in the shop and getting orders out and working on videos and things like that, I am in there helping with whatever needs to be helped, packing things up, and just whatever needs to be done. Because there's lots that needs to be done right now. So that's why I haven't answered any comments. I apologize. I'm not trying to put you guys off or anything. I don't know. Lately, I've not been in a good frame of mind to do anything other than just work, do my normal work. I mean, my mojo left me for a while and I couldn't craft, and yesterday it started coming back, and then we had 3 contractors, I'll get that out, that came by. I should have put that down before I did my little greenery. But the contractors that came by, so they were in and out, and I couldn't really start a video because a lot of times where they come in and out, which they don't have to, but my husband leads them right through here. He brings them right through the shop. So I couldn't get started filming because every time I did, then the next thing I knew, there was contractors coming through. So I'm going to tone that white down just a little bit because I don't really like that bright white on there. All right, now we're going to put a little bit of seam binding in there, and I'm just going to use some of this blue. All of my seam binding that I'm using comes from my Scrap Cabin shop on Etsy. I will link her store below. She's sweet enough that she sends me a little packet, and I can show it to you guys and show you how different ways that I use it and just how pretty it is. It's crinkle seam binding. She does all the crinkling and everything herself. Don't know if she colors it all herself or not. I think she does, but don't hold me to that. And I'm hoping that's going to go in there. Oh yeah, that'll go in there just like that. Isn't that cute? Now, if I had done that over, I would have thought about it, and I would put a different pattern paper on here than here, but I didn't, and I got it like that, and that's gonna work. We're gonna go with it. Not gonna worry about that part. And then I love my little tags on the front. Now these, I think, just need a little string in them. They don't need anything that is, the seam binding would be, I think, too big. So I'm just gonna put a little string in each one of them. So I hope I answered you guys' questions. Like I said, I try to keep you updated as much as possible. I don't want to bore you with details, you know, because believe it or not, I have had some people say, I get so sick of hearing you talk about your family and what's going on in your world and all that. So, you know, if you're one of those, you might need to tune out of this video. And there's nothing I like better in this whole wide world than to talk about my family. Because I love my kiddos, my grandkids, my son-in-laws. Alright, there we go. So we'll put those down in there. Now, you could also put a little lace or trim across here. I'm not going to because that lace is so pretty. I'm not going to cover it up. But I just think those are cute. And you can put a little label on here. Let's see if we got a little number that we can put on there. Maybe. Just a small one. These are from Tina, Shabby Dabby Doodah. I don't know if Tracy has labels like this or not. She probably does. I just don't know. But I know Tina has these. I get mine from Tina. So let's put that one there and see if we've got a small brown one to put on the other one. Oh, I see a small blue one right there. Let's do that. I need to print those again too. I always get asked where I got this little ephemera holder that I keep all my labels in. I made it myself. I do have videos on all my ephemera holders. I think I have 4 or 5, and I do have videos on all of these. So if you want to see those, then you can just go down below where it says more videos you might want to see, and it says ephemera journals, and that's what these are, ephemera journals. So I do have the videos on it, start to finish. All right, that is it, guys. That is this little piece, made simple, and they're really, really pretty in your journals. You could use any kind of paper that you want. Use your scrap paper, use scrapbooking paper, anything that you want. Now this one I made a little bit taller. This didn't show on this one. This one I made a little shorter. So you can make them any size that you want. But I just wanted to show you how those are made. We'll make a larger journaling card to go down in there. And then I will probably stitch these into my signature. That's what I'm thinking now, but I may change my mind. But I will bring them back and let you guys see when I start to finish this little journal. I'm about ready to stitch it in. I've just got to get my cover made for it, and then we'll start stitching this in. And I will let you see all of that. But I wanted to show you this now, and then we will come back and try to do another video while I'm home alone. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.